Good morning, everybody, and once again, welcome back in today's class. Today, we're on the day number 30, and we were discussing about the email and notification. So yesterday, we saw that how to send an email, what email account properties need to be enabled for the same, and then email will be go out. And we saw that how email can be defined. Did anybody try in their PDI to configure the email accounts? The link which I shared
नो
the document. No, करना try.
सर आज करेंगे.
Give a try. That is a good option if you can do. Okay, if it is working after working, you can reset your PDI so that no personal email should be there in your this thing. Okay, because these PDIs are monitored by or not monitored by I can say, but managed by service now. Why you unnecessarily want to give your personal information to anybody else? Okay. Now we are going to discuss one more point. And that point says, whenever I send any email to ServiceNow, I want an incident get created or a change get created or a request get created kind of things. A request to मैं नहीं prefer करूँगा. I'll not prefer the request, but I'll prefer the incident or change भी नहीं because everything has a lot of things to be do on that part. ठीक है. This concept is called inbound email action. We call it as an inbound email. मतलब any email which is coming in ServiceNow, how you want to take an action on that one? You want to ignore. अब ऐसे कई बार होता है ना कि I invited my friends or my friend invited me and other friends as well. हम चले गए वहां पे, but I don't like one person in that party. So what do we ignore it? नहीं मुझे बात ही नहीं करनी, देखना ही नहीं है, उस साइड जाना ही नहीं है, ठीक है. और अदरवाइज oh he's also coming, wow let's go and meet. वो ठीक है. So whenever any user send any email to ServiceNow, what ServiceNow will do, and this is the one way of automation. This is the one way of automation. What this mean of automation means, भाई या तो user go to portal, search for something, did not find, then reach out to the virtual agent and do, or he just send me a mail and that's work done. He don't know about anything about IT industry, that how this email, how this incident will be created and all things will be there. Okay. But to do this part, we have to do the configuration. The reason being, because when you send an email, you have few things. You have from, we have subject, and we have email body. Right? किसको भेजना है, कौन भेज रहा है, क्या सब्जेक्ट क्या ईमेल बॉडी है. Do you remember the record producer? Something similar concept will become here only. Now let's come to ServiceNow. Now in this part, we'll go and search for the inbound email action. If you're able to if you configure that email account in your PDI, then you can do this as well. inbound action, sorry, inbound actions. Okay. There are few out of the box inbound action. Just number one, we'll say the incident one. Create incident. मतलब this inbound action will work if anybody send a fresh email. Now, same thing, right? Yesterday I give example that if Amisha called me first time in the morning, I will say, how are you, Misha? Everybody's fine. Everybody's good in your family, husband, kids, and all things. After 5 minutes, if she call, I will not ask this thing. But how I will know that this is the first time email is coming in my account? Okay. So in this case, what we do, we'll put our email introduction, email name, on which table you want to do incident, change, problem. ठीक है, change में इसलिए आउट कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि change require a lot of information. अब if I say, let's say in the email body, I mention A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. A lot of things I mention, 100 of line I mention, and I want that my service now should read this email. ये भी होता है, ये भी होता है. That I want service now read my email and then create a record. I work for a customer, okay, and they have their own vendors. ठीक है, अब यहाँ पे दो चीजें हैं. अब जैसे Amisha told, Amisha want to go to his in-laws house. Okay, now this problem is neither at my place, neither at Amisha place, or but this work or this action need to be do at someone else place, but that belongs to Amisha's and Amisha belong to this group. ठीक है, सो मुझे उस पूरी इंफॉर्मेशन को पार्सिंग करनी है, हम कहते हैं पार्स, PARSE. That I want my system should read this email and provide me the incident. Machine learning, what is this machine learning? यही है मशीन लर्निंग. आपके डेटा को लेके आपके इंटरेस्ट, आपके इंटरेस्ट, शॉपिंग्स, क्लिक्स, बिहेवियर, एड्स, उन सबको लेके दे प्रोवाइड अ पैटर्न टू यू. I was reading something yesterday. It's algorithm only. And how this machine learning work? Only from your data. I tell you one thing. Yesterday I was just got an email from someone that उसमें what was Spotify. ठीक है. So I opened that. I think what is Spotify? It's basically app for the songs. मैंने वो Spotify का एक बार बस ओपन किया, गोल में बंद कर दिया. चाहिए होता Spotify. You will not believe I start getting ads on that. Listen to your favorite song on the Spotify. This is machine learning. मेरा डेटा चुराया वहां से, and they build the pattern that Atul is looking for this thing. Generally, this thing happened with me, and I'm sure that Redistribution and Mac is also in the same boat. Whenever we try to, or we have planned to travel from UK to India or the vice versa, if you search the flight once on your phone, you start getting ads on that particular part. Then my wife said, don't search on your laptop. We will do bookings on the laptop so that we can get the good cost. Otherwise, on the phone, if you search again and again, they start increasing the prices. Not sure kya. Okay, that is called the machine learning. So I want that my system should read this email. पहले यही होता था ना. Like earlier, what happened that people send the letter, post letters. अब गांव में बुजुर्ग हैं, पढ़ना नहीं आता, तो what they do? जो पोस्टमैन था, they tell to that guy only, भैया जरा पढ़ दो, प्यारे पिताजी, मैं यहाँ सब कुशल मंगल हूँ, ठीक हूँ. What they are doing? They are parsing that information and they are giving good and the bad news both. ठीक है. I was giving example. This is the one example. The another scenario in the service now or in the industry is that Atul, my customer or my vendor sending an email to service now with the Excel attachment. I want service now should read that Excel attachment and create an incident for me or create a change for me. अब सोचो जरा. ईमेल तो अलग है, ईमेल बॉडी तो पढ़ना अलग बात है. In the email I have attachment, in that attachment I have a content, and that I want service now should read that content and create an incident. That is called the parsing. And believe me, that is not easy. I work for I was saying, right, I work for a customer where They have more than 200 vendors like this. If a vendor is making any change, they just send an email to us with the attachment. And my customers say whenever any vendor sending an email with attachment, I want to get a change in my system for the recording purpose. Now 200 vendors have 200 different formats of the change in the Excel format. That is, it is very cumbersome, very boring, and very problematic work. We did a POC for this only for 2 or 3 vendors, and at last we say it's not a feasible solution. We have to do something else for the same. ठीक है? So जब email आएगा, we have to parse it as well. So what we're seeing, what type you want to do? You want to record that action or you want to reply that action? मेल आया, आपने उसको रिप्लाई करना, मैंने कहा नहीं, मुझे सिर्फ रिकॉर्ड करना है अभी. आई वांट टू रिकॉर्ड इन माय सिस्टम. ओके, ठीक है. स्टॉप प्रोसेसिंग. एक्टिव इज फाइन. दिस मींस स्टॉप प्रोसेसिंग मींस आई डोंट वांट टू यूज दिस इनबाउंड एक्शन फर्दर. जो ईमेल्स है ना उसको रोक दो बस. आई डोंट वांट टू प्रोसेस इट. देखो दो चीजें हैं. लेट्स से हर्षल सेंड ए ईमेल. ठीक है. What will happen in the background? From Harshal email account, this will go to ServiceNow email logs first, और वहां से inbound action trigger करेगा. Email logs कल देखा था ना, email logs we see email logs yesterday. So either you're sending, either receiving, both will go in that particular place. Now, how my system will know it's a new or it's a old or it's a reply email? I say what is the type of this? कब रन करना है? When to run? New. और new का क्या था मैंने बताया था? If the flag is not there, it is considered as a new. ये ServiceNow का out of the box functionality है. ठीक है. You can say new, you can say reply, you can say forward. Reply तो REAW जो हमने प्रॉपर्टीज में देखा था वहां से, और forward means FW, FRD, FWD, ये सारे मेरे वहां के सिंटैक्स है. That is the reason we did not touch the properties, because ServiceNow has configured accordingly these things as well. ठीक है, चलो new. Now I want only specific users who has this particular role. Only for those this should work. Let's say example, my manager, he's on a good position in my company. He sent an email to insurance company and he got a revert in a minute. Thank you so much for connecting us. We are working on your issue. I sent an email. I did not get any revert. I call them and I say, hey, I sent an email. Sorry, email is not available for you because you don't have a role of a manager. तो यहाँ पे वो भी define कर सकते हैं that if a user has this role, only then this particular inbound action should work. But generally we keep it as a blank क्योंकि हम the inbound action is mainly for the automation and we don't want to be restricted for the specific users of the rules. Execution order. If we have 3, 4, 5 inbound actions on the same table, then we can define the execution order. Lower the order, will execute first. Check. And the last is from. I want to create incident only and only when this particular email ID send email to me. अब जैसे मैंने बताया ना कि we work for the 3 vendors. 3 vendors, 3 different templates. It means I can't use the same inbound action for everybody. So I created 3 inbound action and put the specific from condition. If email is coming from X vendor, this should run. If email is coming from Y vendor, then other should run. If email is coming from third C vendor, then other inbound action should work. And then also we can have defined this thing. Condition. Like short description contain like this. short, yeah, हम incident पे ना, हाँ, like a body contain like this, subject contain, because email आ रही है ना, incident की table तो target है, subject contains or start with LNG, let's say, air or body contains LNG, तब ये होना चाहिए, बट हो तो क्या, ठीक है, ये तो दिस इज व्हाट द कंडीशंस व्हेन टू रन, बट अगर ये कंडीशन मेट हो गए तो करना क्या है, ये भी तो बताओ, राइट? एंड इफ यू वांट टू डू स्क्रिप्टिंग, यू कैन डू स्क्रिप्टिंग एज वेल, ठीक है, अप टू यू इफ यू वांट टू डू द स्क्रिप्ट्स एक्शन। यहां पे देखो दो चीजें हैं, अगर आपको इजी काम करना है, द फर्स्ट इज कॉल्ड फील्ड एक्शन, मींस इफ यू वांट टू जस्ट क्रिएट एन इंसिडेंट, अननेसेसरी पार्सिंग या और ज्यादा कुछ नहीं करना आपको, देन यू कैन डू द फील्ड मैपिंग, जैसे शॉर्ट डिस्क्रिप्शन, ठीक है, फ्रॉम ईमेल सब्जेक्ट, मतलब कि सब्जेक्ट जो है ईमेल का उसको शॉर्ट डिस्क्रिप्शन में मैप कर दो, अच्छा, कॉलर फ्रॉम ईमेल सेंडर मैप कर दो, ओके, फ्रॉम ईमेल बॉडी मैप कर दो, इसमें इन दिस केस नो पार्सिंग विल बी डन, जस्ट कॉपी पेस्ट, जैसे रिकॉर्ड प्रोड्यूसर में हुआ था, ठीक है, यू कैन यूज दिस वे। सो इन दिस केस वन थिंग टू बी रिमेंबर दैट आइदर in this case only one thing will work, either it will work the field action or the scripts work, not both things will not work together, ठीक है, so if like say you want to test something, you can use this field actions, I want to populate the caller location, मुझे रिलेटेड फील्ड निकालने पड़ेंगे, ठीक है ना, तो उसमें जाके, क्योंकि मेरे पास यहाँ पर ऑप्शन है, देखो कॉलर का स्टैंडर्ड का कंप्लीट चाहिए, लोकेशन चाहिए, लैंग्वेज चाहिए, आई कैन टेक इट ऑन दिस, बट इट इज ओनली लिमिटेड स्टफ, नॉट मच, ये आपको ये नहीं बताएगा कि उसमें क्या बॉडी में क्या लिखा हुआ है, क्या लेके आना है, क्या नहीं करना, वो नहीं है, इफ यू वांट टू डू दैट पार्ट देन यू हैव टू डू द स्क्रिप्टिंग ओनली, तो इसमें भी उसने यही किया, उसने बोला जो यूजर आ रहा है उसको कॉलर आईडी में डाल दो, कमेंट्स अपडेट कर दो इंसिडेंट में, रिसीव्ड फ्रॉम ईमेल एंड ईमेल बॉडी, और शॉर्ट डिस्क्रिप्शन में ईमेल सब्जेक्ट डाल दो, बाय डिफॉल्ट कैटेगरीज इंक्वायरी, जो हमने उसमें भी किया था रिकॉर्ड प्रोड्यूसर में, ठीक है, इंसिडेंट स्टेट इज न्यू एंड कॉन्टैक्ट टाइप इज ईमेल, इफ दैट ईमेल कंटेन्स एनीथिंग विद द हाई इंपॉर्टेंस, होता ना इंपॉर्टेंस हाई, देन मेक इम्पैक्ट वन अर्जेंसी वन, एंड फाइनली insert the record. This is what is my inbound action work. Insert करेंगे last में. We will insert at the last, and then you save, send an email to ServiceNow with the proper address. Then you have to go there first. ठीक है, you will find here. ये क्या है, send ready है, right? Let me group by this. अब यह रिसीव करनी है, तो यहाँ पे रिसीव भी होगा हमारे पास, क्योंकि इनबाउंड ऑप्शन बंद है। देखो ये रहा, नहीं अच्छा सेंड इग्नोर ही है इसमें, ठीक है, रिसीव नहीं है अभी, क्योंकि हमारे पास कोई ईमेल आया नहीं है, अदरवाइज वी कैन फाइंड द ईमेल। सो दिस इज द फर्स्ट प्लेस टू फाइंड आउट कि दैट ईमेल इज लैंडिंग इन सर्विस और नॉट। इट्स लाइक अ इंपोर्ट सेट, पहले यहां आएगा, उसके बाद वो आगे प्रोसेस होगा, ठीक है। नाउ इफ आई गो बैक हियर एंड ओपन द इनबाउंड एक्शन,
सर वो फॉर्म का नाम बताना है, व्हाट
कौन सा
वाज
फॉर्म,
दैट? जो जहाँ पे लैंड होने वाला है,
यही ईमेल लॉग्स,
ईमेल्स,
ईमेल लॉग्स होते
ईमेल
हैं।
लॉग्स। ओके,
हाँ
ईमेल लॉग्स में ही। ओके,
हाँ, ईमेल लॉग्स में जाएगा। ठीक है। नाउ इफ आई कम बैक हियर, इनबाउंड एक्शंस एंड सी द अपडेट, अपडेट इंसिडेंट, इसमें क्या है, इसमें रिप्लाई वाला होगा, मतलब रूल्स सेम ही होंगे इसमें भी। रिप्लाई, ठीक है। एंड व्हाट दे आर डूइंग, दे नाउ व्हाट हैपन, लेट्स से इंसिडेंट क्रिएटेड, हर्षल सेंड ए ईमेल टू सर्विस नाउ, ठीक है, and ServiceNow create an incident for Harshal and send a notification. Thank you, Harshal, for connecting us. Your incident number is this. After 2 days or after 1 day, Harshal want to be get the update. Harshal will go the same email and reply. And I want that reply must be captured in my incident. Then I have to be write another inbound action to capture that. और वो यहाँ से कैप्चर करेगा। इस टाइम इंसर्ट नहीं हो रहा है, इस टाइम अपडेट हो रहा है इंसिडेंट। डोंट इंसर्ट इट। If you insert, it will create a new incident to update. ठीक है. We are not going to be discuss anything about the parsing because for the doing the parsing, we have to do a complete coding. We have to be read that email, what email contents is there, what is the headings are there, then make a complete code. Yesterday, someone asked this question in the community that I have a in my email, I have a these many fields and I want this should be mapped to the incident management field. We can do, that's fine, no problem. We can do that particular part, but the only thing is that we have to be write the complete code. The only drawback in the parsing is if the email structure gets changed or the email fields get changed, then it will not work. Like say, customer says I am sending an email which contain this format. Name, gender, age. Okay. Now Anvesha joined that company and she was not aware and she write like this. And underscore name, G underscore gender. अब ये चीज system can't read because you are changing the label name or the labels or the columns here. System will not understand this part. Or by mistake it mentioned ages and names. So system will not understand this part. ये drawback है. And maybe you are sending an email, you added a new field address. System will not able to read this because this does not exist in the code. इसलिए ये चीज अच्छी नहीं है. Parsing is good, but not that much good because if the email structure gets changed, labels get changed, then it is tough for ServiceNow to be recognize that part. Tough क्या है ही नहीं, possible नहीं, क्योंकि पता ही नहीं कि क्या आ रहा है. अब इंसान को तो पता होता है मेल पढ़ने, मेल पे आया कि इसमें क्या क्या लिखा हुआ है, मशीन को क्या पता. We are only the one who are telling machine that okay, do this thing, do this thing, do this thing. Clear? Doubt, question.
sir, it is necessary to have a people record to
People
send a
record मतलब?
mail and it will create people record मतलब user record.
हाँ ना, क्यों नहीं होगा? Without user how it will work?
और अगर मुझे कोई अलग डोमेन से मेल करना है और उसका इंसिडेंट बनाना है, फिर
जैसे
जैसे मैंने जीमेल से भेजा, ओके, और मुझे उसका इंसिडेंट ही क्रिएट करना है पर मेरा रिकॉर्ड है नहीं उसमें यूजर टेबल में.
तो बट वो है ना, in the email properties you have this option, right? Create a new user account. नहीं तो otherwise that will create I guess from the guest account.
ओके, फिर वो इस केस में इंसिडेंट नहीं क्रिएट करेगा, वो इट विल
करेगा
रिकॉर्ड, यूजर रिकॉर्ड क्रिएट करेगा और छोड़ देगा, और उसका इंसिडेंट नहीं
इंसिडेंट
क्रिएट
भी
करेगा।
क्रिएट करेगा उसका, व्हाई नॉट। देखो, इफ द कंडीशन मैचेस, ये याद रखना। अब मैं आपको, आई गिव यू सिंपल एग्जांपल, ठीक है। अ, ठीक है, लेट मी गिव द सिंपल एग्जांपल। स्मोक डिटेक्टर्स जो होते हैं, ठीक है, ठीक है, स्मोक डिटेक्टर्स लगे होते हैं ना होटल्स में, रेस्टोरेंट्स में, आजकल तो मतलब वेयर वी आर स्टेइंग, वी हैव होम दिस डिटेक्टर्स एट द होम एज वेल, ठीक है। इज दैट स्मोक डिटेक्टर नो कि दिस स्मोक इज फ्रॉम सिगरेट और दिस स्मोक इज फ्रॉम पराठास और दिस स्मोक इज फ्रॉम स्टीम और व्हाट एल्स? उसको नहीं पता, राइट? बट क्या पता है उस स्मोक डिटेक्टर को?
स्मोक।
दैट इफ एनीथिंग विद दिस कॉम्बिनेशन, मतलब जो भी उसका केमिस्ट्री कॉम्बिनेशन होगा, if that thing come to me, for me it is a smoke, right? तो सेम थिंग है, inbound action says if my condition matches, I will do my work. नहीं होगा यूजर अकाउंट तो मैं ईमेल आईडी डाल दूंगा, छोड़ दूंगा, या गेस्ट अकाउंट से बना दूंगा, बट आई विल डू दैट वर्क। ट्राई करना, आई विल गिव द एग्जांपल, डू दिस थिंग। Once you configure this email, send an email from your brother, sister or wife email account to ServiceNow. तब देखना इनबाउंड एक्शन में क्या काम हो रहा है। एंड डोंट टिक दैट ऑप्शन इन द प्रॉपर्टी क्रिएट यूजर अकाउंट। देखना बनाता नहीं बनाता, किस नाम से बना रहा है वो,
ओके।
ठीक है। आई नेवर यूज एयरटेल, बट इफ आई सेंड an email to Airtel, will not they create incident for me? They will
दे
create।
विल क्रिएट।
मेरा तो अकाउंट नहीं है उसमें फिर, क्योंकि दे डोंट वांट टू लूज अ कस्टमर। तो कुछ तो मैकेनिज्म होगा ना उसका पीछे से, डमी बना देंगे, गेस्ट बना देंगे, विच आई हैव नो आइडिया। My purpose is that I should, if I send an email, I should get a reply. So same thing is applicable here only. It's all about condition. Either you are in SLA, you are in the notification, you are in the inbound action. It's all about conditions only. If condition matches, I will do my work. 5:30 morning class है, Monday to Friday. Saturday कोई condition match नहीं होती. I get up late. But from Monday to Friday this condition match, I get up on time because I have to take a class. ठीक है जी, क्लियर हुआ?
ओके सर, यस सर।
गुड।
सर
नाउ
और
जस्ट, हाँ,
अगर एक इंसिडेंट पे मेरा अगर कोई डिस्क्रिप्शन छोड़ के और कोई फील्ड है जो मैंडेटरी है और हम यहाँ से उसको मैप नहीं कर रहे, मतलब जैसे सीआई पकड़ो, सीआई पकड़ो, सीआई तो हर एकदम चेंज होता रहेगा।
हाँ,
ओके, हर तो वो ईमेल में कैसे हैंडल करना है उसको?
नहीं यार देखो, अब ये ना नेक्स्ट स्टेप हो गया, ठीक है, बिकॉज वी आर क्रिएटिंग एन इंसिडेंट फोर्सफुली इन द इंसिडेंट टेबल। वैस ये स्क्रिप्टिंग तो है और कुछ नहीं है, राइट? तो इट मे नॉट आस्क द मैंडेटरी फील्ड्स। ये भी शायद क्वेश्चन पढ़ा है मैंने कल परसों या उससे लास्ट वीक में, कि किसी ने पूछा था क्वेश्चन ये, ठीक
तो
है।
वो बाईपास कर देगा क्या
वो
उसको?
बाईपास कर देगा, बट व्हेन एन एजेंट विल ओपन देन इट विल आस्क। तो वैसा है, यू कैन डू द स्क्रिप्टिंग एज वेल, कि अगर in my email body these words match, then I want the default CI should be go like this or this or that. You can do that particular part.
वो हमको कोडिंग से ही करना पड़ेगा?
कोडिंग से करना पड़ेगा, राइट?
ओके
ठीक है। Now let's go to the next part. Yesterday we were seeing about the emails. email notifications. अरे कहाँ गया? ठीक है. And we saw one thing कि two more options were there. Let me open this and show you. यहाँ पर event is fired. What is the meaning of event is fired?
Event is like some trigger point is getting
क्या trigger point?
triggered. हाँ.
क्या trigger?
Sending when generated event is fired.
Now what happens sometime? In the midnight, I receive an email. Sorry. ठीक है. In the midnight, we receive an email. Your this thing claim has been approved. Your claim has been paid. Okay, or your chargeability has been updated. ठीक है. और we receive a SMS as well, like notification. Your pack is going to be expired in the next 2 days. Please recharge. अब सोचो, the similar message go to number of people. ऐसा नहीं कि मैं अकेला ही हूं जिसका 2 दिन में पैक एक्सपायर होने वाला है. ऐसे बहुत लोग होंगे, राइट? But I got an email or I got a SMS. That is called the event. Means when I want to send a email on a specific point, which I cannot put in the insert or update. देखो, insert and update need to be done by a human being. But event can be done by the system. When we configure the SLA, ServiceNow sent 3 reminders. First reminder at the 50% SLA breach. Second reminder at the 75% SLA breach. And third reminder 90% of SLA breach. अब इसमें कोई अपडेट तो करनी था इंसिडेंट को. Nobody is updating, right? Means nobody is going and making a change in the incident field. कि priority change कर दी या impact change कर दिया, short description change कर दिया. Nobody is changing it. But SLA is running continuously. I want to send an email when SLA reach 75%. And for that, we have to be used the event is fire. ठीक है. Event is fired. अब alarm clock है. That is an event fire. आप सो रहे हो, आराम से सो. As soon as that time matches, वो भेज देगा आपको, अलार्म हो जाएगा. And after that, another thing, it will give you pop-up for the 15-minute snooze as well. आपने बंद किया, फिर दोबारा बज जाएगा. क्यों? क्योंकि उसका इवेंट तो फायर हो रहा है. उसमें बोला है, we have written this thing, कि जब तक the user did not close it, dismiss it, तब तक बजते रहो. To do the event fire, we have to define the event as well. अब जैसे देखो यहाँ events है. कहाँ गया SLA? हाँ, ये देखो यार, SLA वार्निंग ब्रीच. अब मैं अगर इसको देखूं, ये देखो ये रहा, SLA वार्निंग ब्रीच 1, SLA वार्निंग CI 2, SLA वार्निंग CI ब्रीच 3. ये सारे SLA वार्निंग पे हैं, बट तो इंग्लिश में लिखा है. इफ यू गो हेयर, लेट्स से आई एम टेकिंग दिस, ठीक है. इफ यू गो एंड सी द कॉन्फ़िगर डिक्शनरी, यू विल सी द एक्चुअल टेबल नेम, और वहां पे आपको पता लगेगा कि इवेंट कैसे बनती है. वी हैव टू डिफाइन द इवेंट्स. ये इस टेबल में है, सिस इवेंट में. कहां पर है ये? सिस इवेंट, ईमेल एक्शन में सिस इवेंट. लेट्स सी, डू यू हैव समथिंग हियर? इवेंट सिस्टम पॉलिसीज, इवेंट लॉग रजिस्ट्री, ये कहीं यही कहीं है ये शायद, जहां तक मुझे याद है. इवेंट्स नहीं, ये तो वो है जो बन गई है. आई वांट टू सी विच इज ऑलरेडी देयर. देखो जैसे ये आपको देखो, अप्रूवल इंसर्टेड. Maybe you are creating any request item where you want to be create the inside the approval flow से. Then this event trigger in the background. हमने सिर्फ flow भी लिख दिया ना कि approval भेजना है, but approval want to be, this approval need to be inserted in a particular table. Then we have a event in the background. ये कहाँ से आ रहा है event? Let me see this. Event. Event. हाँ यहाँ देखते हैं, यहाँ होगा राइट. हाँ ये देखो ये रहा. So we had to create a registry for this one. Little different topic. Even I did not work much on this particular part. ठीक है, but SLA warning breach. And they say create like this. But in the background, this warning, this registry has to be triggered here as well somewhere. But I don't know that how this background working together. ठीक है. These events can be used in the flow as well. Let me show you. If you remember that in the SLA part, we have this flow name SLA. एक out of the box flow भी था SLA टेबल में, अगर आपने देखा होगा. That is using to trigger the notification via the event. यहाँ पे हम सर्च करते हैं. Yeah. ठीक है. Wait until 50% of SLA. ये क्या है? ये इवेंट का वेट कर रहे हैं. देखो ये ना, SLA वार्निंग पर हम इसको कॉल कर रहे हैं. ठीक है. So we can use the events to trigger the notifications. ठीक है. Mainly when we don't require any intervention from the human being. I want system should do this thing. Escalation करना, like let's say if there is no update on this incident from the 3 days, escalate it to the manager directly. System will do. System will read that information. No update in this particular incident from the last 3 days. Escalate to the assigned to dot manager. Email भेज दो. और कैसे भेजेगा? The event will be fired. What they're doing? Wait until 50% of SLA duration. जिसका SLA 50% होगा उसका वेट करो. लुकअप टेबल से सब रिकॉर्ड्स लेके और उसके बाद इवेंट को यूज करके फायर कर दो. So they are having a event. And then they.
सर रजिस्ट्री मतलब वो ट्रिगर पॉइंट और ट्रिगर पॉइंट को बाइंड करना होता है क्या?
Registry, like
मतलब
you are going to be add that record, that event कि कब होना चाहिए, क्या है event.
Okay.
That is called the registry. So like we have a definition here. This thing. Yeah, sorry. ये event है मेरा. I have to be registered in the system. If anybody call you, please go and do the work. As I say that I never work on this domain, so not sure that how it's working in the background.
Okay.
But they're using this event to call for these things. ठीक है जी?
Yes, sir.
And in this last section is called triggers. Here. Sorry. Triggered. Triggered has no conditions. Bus. It will send immediately. Abhi भेज दो. So that is called something is called trigger here. Generally, we use these two options: insert update or event is fired. Event is mainly used when we want to send some kind of notifications at a given point of time. When required matches, condition matches, time period reach, then we send this particular event fired. It is a very, very big concept in itself. People say, no, I don't want to go for the insert update. I want to go for the event fired. Event लिख लेते हैं इसका, ठीक है? And then they use this event to the flow through the workflow and do their work. ठीक है जी? Clear picture?
सर पर ये ट्रिगर्ड क्या होता है यहाँ पे? मतलब ट्रिगर्ड इज, अब ये दोनों तो मीनिंगफुल हो गए ऊपर वाले. ये ट्रिगर्ड मतलब ये
इमीडिएटली अभी भेज दो बस.
उसको कोई मीनिंग ही नहीं रहता है फिर वहाँ पे विदाउट एनी कंडीशन.
हाँ, विदाउट एनी कंडीशन, क्योंकि वो देखो कंडीशन नहीं है ना, तो कभी भी अभी भेज दो बस. आपने एग्जीक्यूट किया, वेंट टू सेंड, अगर कोई मैच हो गया तो भेज दो. मैच के फॉर एवरीथिंग इट शुड बी गोइंग.
यस करेक्ट.
ठीक है, कोई कंडीशन तो है नहीं ना, देयर इज नो कंडीशन टू बी मैच. तो
अतुल एक क्वेरी है.
गुड गुड.
अतुल, जब कभी इंसिडेंट क्रिएट होता है ना सर्विस नाउ में, तो एक ग्रुप ईमेल आईडी मेजर इंसिडेंट या चेंज मैनेजमेंट का मेल बॉक्स में भी आता है, दिस इंसिडेंट हैव बीन क्रिएटेड और असाइन टू यू क्यू. वो भी इधर से ही होता है क्या?
यहाँ से आ जाएगा. You can define, if you want to hardcore the group for every incident, then you can define the groups here. हमने कल डिस्कस किया था ये.
Okay, कल की क्लास में.
If you want to see or if you want to send an email to specific CI group, then you can do it here. यहाँ blank इसलिए क्योंकि ऊपर में टेबल को select नहीं किया. So once you select the table, then the accordingly field will also appear here.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay, so it's up to you how many or where you want to send the email, to whom you want to send the email. That's up to you totally. Okay. ठीक है जी, clear?
Yes sir.
Good. So we have done these two as well, and मैं एक बार देख लूँ कुछ रह तो नहीं गया ना. Inbound action is done. Okay, good. Chalo. Now we'll see one more thing which we discussed yesterday. Let's say Amisha is working in a company on the managing director level. Okay. She was going on a holidays, 3 weeks. She is taking care of the complete portfolio. If she goes on off, there's a lot of requests, approvals, claims, travels will be pending, and people will not able to travel it. There are few meetings which she must join but as she's on off, so she will say no, I'm not joining it. Okay. So in this case, what service now do? ठीक है, आप जैसे कहते हैं ना कि it is well saying, like I follow this fundamental in my life practically. If I want to go to the next level in my career, then I have to give my work to my juniors. अगर वो करेंगे तभी तो मैं आगे जाऊंगा ना. And my boss should give his portion of work to me, ताकि मैं सीखूं और काम करूं और वो आगे, मैं आगे जाऊं तो वो भी आगे जाएगा. ठीक है. This is called a delegation. In ServiceNow we have a delegation as well. ठीक है. ServiceNow say I already have a catalog item for you. ठीक है. And you can use that catalog item to raise a request. या सर्च कर लेते हैं डेलीगेशन के नाम से. ठीक है. सेट इट डेलीगेट. या क्या मतलब है इसका? कि अमीशा इज गोइंग ऑन अ लीव, बट शी वांट in the background, if any request come for Amisha's approval, can be approved by Harshal, or can be approved by Rituja, or can be approved by Anisha, Anvisha, Sunita, or Meg. She is delegating the power. मतलब मेरे गैर हाजिरी में they are the person who can take a decision, and their decision will be marked as a valid. ठीक है. I remember that one of my close auntie, they went to this place, क्या कहते हैं जहाँ शिवलिंग भी है बहुत बड़ा, अमरनाथ. ठीक है. They went to Amarnath, and people generally have a stories that it's not a good weather sometime there, you may not come back as well. If it's God destiny, you may not come back to your home place and you may die there itself and all things weather. So what people do and what they did, they create a power of attorney for that 20-30 days and hand over to their one of the relative, that in case in 20 days if something goes wrong with us and we do not return back, you have this power of attorney to sell out this flat or the house and hand over the things to my kid or someone else. This is what the delegation we are doing. ठीक है. जैसे जब हम when we go on the leave, like I'm sure that these married ladies can understand this part, like Rituja or Amisha. When you go to your own house, your mother house, then you don't do the work, then you do the delegation. मम्मी खाना बना दो please. Can you bring, or dad, can you bring this tikki or chaat for me? You're delegating it. But in your own house, you do this the same work. ठीक है. So now she's going on leave and she's raising a request. Let's say I am a system admin. So let's say it's Amisha is one who's raising a request. She's a delegator. And to whom she want to delegate? She want to delegate to the Anvesha. ठीक है. लेकिन एक टाइम पे एक ही हो सकता है, आप ऐसा नहीं कि मल्टीपल हो सकते हो. फ्रॉम कब से स्टार्ट करना है? आई एम गोइंग ऑन लीव फ्रॉम 5th. ओके. एंड विल बैक ऑन 31st. ओके. नाउ इन माय एब्सेंस व्हाट यू कैन डू, you can approve all the requests which come to me. Now it will come to you as well. Number one, people can assign the request to you, where earlier they were assigning to me. You will see all, you will get all the notifications where I was as a user. You also get that email. Okay. And at last, if anybody is sending any meeting invite from a service now, then you also get that meeting invitation. ठीक है? And then submit. No approval is required as of now. But if you want, you can create any approval. You can add the workflow and everything. You can do that particular part. Now, from 5th of May, 5:26, because that is what the time we mentioned, till 31st of May, 5:26, Anvesha can work as Amisha in the system. She can approve, she can get all invitations, she can get all notification, and people can assign the incident or the records to her name as well. Atul, how I can see? Go here and search for the delegation. ठीक है? And यहाँ देखते हैं. Sorry, Ani. Delegate role. अरे कमाल लगी, कहाँ गया? Delegate. ये delegates. ये रिकॉर्ड जनरेट हो गया. Why this is important? Because, and one more thing, don't try to do this or use delegation in your day-to-day life. अरे मैं छुट्टी पे जा रही हूँ, कल तो मेरे काम पे बेहाफ पे काम कर दो. नहीं. These mainly used by the senior people. Like when one of my colleague, he was the service desk manager, and his wife was expecting. So definitely in this case, he take paternity leave as well, and some personal leaves add on that part. So he was away he was planning to go for the 1.5 month leave. He told to his boss that I have this plan to go. Then his boss says, okay, you can delegate everything to Atul. Handover भी start करो, थोड़ा सा इसको बता दो क्या करना है, and in the system go and raise a request for the delegate, and work done. So that tomorrow, when he is away, I can approve the request which is already on his name. Anything which is coming new on his name, I can approve. I can go and participate in the meetings as well, and then take a decision. This is already built up catalog. So no action required, but to give a flavor that this is happened in the real life. Doubt, question, and clarification. Doubt, question, and clarification. ठीक है, एक छोटा सा टॉपिक और करते हैं, स्मॉल, इजी है, नो प्रैक्टिकल. ठीक है, हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू यूजिंग द आईफोन? एनीबॉडी?
Yes, using it.
अच्छा. And do you use the earpods or do you have the plug-in headphones? Earpods, right?
Okay.
Why not?
Yes.
Yes, good. And how many of you are using the Android phone? अरे मैं भी आपके जैसे. हाँ, ठीक है. And how you enjoy the music there? You put that 3 mm jack and then put the headphones in your ear, right?
Yes.
Correct, Amisha?
Yes.
Yes. What we call that? We call that as a plug-in, right? Plug in, plug out. Plug in किया, you're able to listen the songs. Plug out किया, songs बंद. Then it will work on the speaker. ठीक है. In the same manner, ServiceNow also has a concept called the plugins. What this mean? This mean if you need something extra on that particular module, please install that plugin. Best example मैं आपको देता हूँ. इसमें एक और मुझे याद आ गया. पता नहीं how you like this example or not. Let's say I go to pizza shop with my kid. एक होता है बेस, एक मार्गरीटा. ओके, सर टॉपिंग्स क्या लेंगे इसके ऊपर. नाउ इफ यू गो विद द किड्स, I can say that okay, Rituja kid is little younger, Amisha is little still growing age, mine is near about 8.5 now. Then kids start saying, "Nani, little cheese, flex, no mushrooms, chilies, olives, and all these things will be on the top." These are the plugins. Same goes for the ice cream. You take the ice cream in the cone. What toppings? भैया थोड़ा सा चॉकलेट ऊपर से डाल दो, एक फ्लेक्स लगा दो ऊपर, एंड पुट सम काइंड ऑफ गार्निशिंग जो हम रहते हैं उसको सॉफ्ट टाइप से कुछ रहता है, दैट इज, और चेरीज काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स. पहले तो इन द अर्लियर टाइम इट वाज चेरी ओनली इन द रोड, गली में जो आते थे बेचने के लिए. भैया 2 चेरी और डाल दो, एक लाल रंग का एक हरे रंग का. ठीक है, दीज आर कॉल्ड द प्लगइन्स. ठीक है, if you see that when we get a ServiceNow instance, we're getting everything out of the box. Incident hai, change hai, problem, request, knowledge. But I want to use change management a little bit more. And I can install the plugins in my instance. अब हर्षल बोलेगा सर प्लगइन सबको क्यों दिया फिर सबको, right? When it's a need, why not ServiceNow give it to everybody? नहीं. Another example, my father purchased a new phone. ठीक है. Now, as I say that in the current scenarios, in the phone, there's a pre-installed applications. WhatsApp, TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn, XYZ, a lot of are there. But he don't use LinkedIn. He don't have a LinkedIn account. He don't know about the Twitter as well. He's just using WhatsApp and YouTube. तो मैं क्यों एक्स्ट्रा दूं? Same thing is applicable here as well in ServiceNow. So plugins are the extended feature of a module which you can get in your instance if required. एक चीज और ध्यान रखना, plugin may be chargeable. ऐसा नहीं है plugin तो फ्री होगा, नहीं ऐसा नहीं है. अब लास्ट ईयर आई बॉट आईफोन. ठीक है, एक तो सबसे बड़ी गलती की आईफोन लेके मैंने. ठीक है, आई बॉट आईफोन. In that iPhone, there's no way that I can put that headphone. I have to put the earpods. And personally, I don't like earpods. वो दो कानों में से निकाल के डंडे से, I don't like it. To use the earphone, because I watch movies on iPhone, I have to be order an extension for the same. एक अलग से उसका डिवाइस लेना पड़ा छोटा सा. That is called the plugin. ठीक है, अब चाहता तो अगर iPhone knows, Apple knows that people want to be use the headphone, और हर कोई इतना रिच नहीं होता कि वो बड़े बड़े Apples के iPads सॉरी iPods लेगा. ठीक है, so that is a plugin. In the same manner, ServiceNow say I also have some plugins, and what you can do, you can go here, plugins, and click on this. Plugins will be there to enhance the feature of an existing module, or you can activate the another module as well. Let's say when I get this instance for this training purpose, there was nothing installed other than this ITSM module, incident, change, problem, request, knowledge, everything. But I want to work on the case management. I want to work on the HRLG. I want to work on the item. I want to work on the, let's say, performance analytics. I want to work on the predictive intelligence. I want to work on the virtual agent. So I can go here and I can install that plugins. The way we have a Google Apple store, we have a Android store, or this thing Google Play Store. In the same manner, we have a ServiceNow store applications. दो चीजें हैं यहाँ पर, ServiceNow store applications, ठीक है, और ServiceNow products and ServiceNow family plugins. Now let's say I want to be install a plugin, but before you install the plugin, the one thing is important. Before you buy or before you install any plugin, you must know that how you're going to be use it. Is it useful for you or not? If you install that plugin in the dev instance, no charges. If you install this plugin in the test, no charges. As soon as you activate that plugin in the production and it requires some license, it will start chargeable to you. So be careful about that. Second important point, we cannot uninstall any plugin in the production system. देखो plugin ultimately क्या है? This is a combination of the files, XML, JSON, Java file, उसी combination है और हमने install कर लिया. So ServiceNow say if you want to use it. I have no issues, no issue at all. But be careful that I am not giving a flexibility to uninstall that plugin. So तभी करो क्योंकि for you it is a fun, but for ServiceNow it is a work. They have to maintain your plugin, they have to maintain your database, everything have to be take care. ठीक है, I can find out the plugins list here. मुझे applications देखने हैं, free trials देखने हैं, products देखने हैं, offered. अच्छा हाँ, अब if you see in the Google Play Store, there are multiple apps available. I was checking an app for the video connector. ठीक है, I just write this thing video connector app. I got 100 of apps. Means those apps are not only created by ServiceNow, sorry, by Google, but are the other people also created that app and put in the App Store. The same thing applicable here as well. There are a lot of applications, a lot of plugins, a lot of modules which is created by ServiceNow and by their partners as well. And they publish that thing in the ServiceNow store. Okay. Let's say I want to be now you are with me for the last 30 days now. Okay. You know that I'm doing this training for a long time. I want to be used, or I want that someone should create a training module in ServiceNow so that I can use it. So I can go and open the store. यहाँ पे मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ. This is a store which has an application created by the different companies, partners. I want to do for the training. देखो ये एक कंपनी है जिसने ट्रेनिंग एंड इवेंट मैनेजमेंट का एक एप्लीकेशन बनाया. इफ आई वांट आई कैन गेट इट, बट इट्स अ फ्री और चार्जेबल. आई हैव नो आइडिया. आई हैव नो आइडिया. सो आई कैन कनेक्ट विद द सेलर कि भाई बताओ कौन हो क्या तुमने what your build up, what this product work, how this product work, and then I can proceed further. ये है store applications and these are the scoped application as well. जब आप इसको इंस्टॉल करोगे तो they will create a scope here. यहाँ पे scoping हो जाएगी उसकी. ठीक है. Now sometime what happened, even though we discussed this thing in the ITSM training, Atul, we purchased incident management. So we got a out of the box instance. अच्छा, क्या क्या मिला? Incident change, problem request knowledge. Do you know that incident management is a plugin in ServiceNow? अतुल कमाल कर रहे हो. तो आपको क्या लग रहा है? जब when we go for the marriages in our India specifically and in the North India specifically, when we go for the engagement ceremony kind of a things, ठीक है, अलग-अलग ceremonies we with a different name we call this. So the girls, not girls, bride and groom family take a complete this bucket of the this thing fruit. अब वो क्या है? बंडल ही तो है. Up to you. Now if you want you can take 2 kgs apple in a 1 poly bag, you can take 2 kgs banana in a 1 poly bag, you can take 2 kgs मैंगो इज वन पॉली बैग, बट क्या वो अच्छा लगेगा? अतुल फंक्शन में जा रहे हैं, इट्स अ रेपुटेशन. देन व्हाट वी डू, वी गो टू द फ्रूट सेलर एंड से भैया एक अच्छी सी टोकरी बना दो, मेक अ गुड बकेट. ऊपर वो एंड अच्छा सा बना के दे डेकोरेटेड विद प्रॉपर पेपर एंड दे पुट ऑन द गुड shining stuff on that particular part. That is called bundle. Same thing service now tell. If they want, they can say, okay, I'm giving the blank, go and install every plugin. But they know that the basic things everybody need. So if you go here and search, हम आते हैं यहाँ पे, क्योंकि इंसिडेंट मैनेजमेंट इज प्रोडक्ट. देखो ये रहा. The only thing is that this is pre-installed given by ServiceNow to me. They're saying you want to upgrade, you can upgrade as well now. Proceed to update. Maybe they change something new in the patches, so they can update it. So these are the up-to-dates for me. Okay, let's say I want to install a new plugin. कौन सा करें? HRSG करते हैं, Human Resource Life Cycle. ठीक है, देखो ये इंटीग्रेशन पे आ गया, बट मुझे इंटीग्रेशन नहीं चाहिए. आई नीड HRSG ओनली एज अ कोर एप्लीकेशन. तो मैं क्या करता हूँ, शायद मैंने नाम गलत लिखा है. आई विल गो हियर एंड सी डू यू HRSG है? नहीं है, इसमें तो नहीं है. देखो हम इसको ऐसे लिखते हैं HRSG. बिकॉज इट्स अ प्रोडक्ट. अरे यार क्यों नहीं मिल रहा है यहाँ पर ये? इट शुड बी सीन हेयर ओनली. ठीक है. So let's say I want to install this plugin. Advanced work assignment for HRSG. This is a family plugin. मतलब ये family मेरे पास already है. To extend that family, I'm using the plugin here. Let me click on this. Now I have 2-3 options. Even though now this is called the application manager. Earlier it was called the plugin, but now it is called the application manager, and ServiceNow enhance this interface a lot nowadays. Even in the Washington, they have enhanced it. What they have enhanced it? Now you can see this information in the bottom. That how many dependency are there. देखो वो कह रहा है कि ये वाला plugin आपके पास इंस्टॉल नहीं है. मुझे यही plugin इंस्टॉल करना था. HR resource code core. Open it. ठीक है. Actually मुझे यही plugin इंस्टॉल करना था. ठीक. Now 2 things. अतुल मुझे अभी नहीं इंस्टॉल करना है. I want to be installed in the midnight, when there's a no load in the service now and people are be sleeping, so that I can verify everything. ठीक है, no problem. Can we schedule it? Yes, we can schedule it. So what it says? So it says if you install this, you will get all these things get installed. ये सारे अभी not installed हैं, but ये will कुछ चीजें जो already installed हैं, जिसको मैं सिर्फ लिंक करके आपको काम करने के लिए रेडी कर दूंगा. And all include the license. इनमें लाइसेंस भी लगेगा. ठीक है. Now I click on the install. This plugin comes with a free subscription. Now this is a thumb rule. If you want to speak or you want to talk about anything about the costing in ServiceNow, कि how much for the license, how many license, nobody will able to answer you that question. Except your ServiceNow account team who is dealing your company ServiceNow account, that side. They are the right person who can tell you कि इसका कितना चार्जेस है, कितने लाइसेंस लगेंगे, क्या क्या लाइसेंस का कॉस्ट रहता है, how the licensing work. ठीक है. So it says these are the dependency. First I will install these plugins and then it will work. Do you want to install now or later? I said later. कब करना बता दो मुझे ये भी. I said एक काम करो, आज तो भी लोग हैं, ठीक है, इसको शाम को करते हैं, 11 बजे करते हैं इसको इंस्टॉल. ठीक है. 11:01 पे शुरू कर देना. Okay. Do you want to load the demo data as well? अब जितना भी till the time we see a lot of data in service now in our PDIs, dummy data तो है सारा. About user, location, group, CI, everything is dummy data. Do you want the dummy data? We only install that load dummy data only in the PDIs. Official instances पे नहीं रखते. क्योंकि if you put in the official instances, your actual data and your dummy data will be get mixed and your reportings will be hampered. And click on the schedule. हो गया successfully. Schedule हो गया. Now either I log in, either I did not log in my instance, it will get installed automatically. ठीक है. So you can install as many plugins as you want, but remember one thing. These are chargeable or not. You have to be checked with the account team. And once it installed, you can't take it back. You can't uninstall. You can repair it, but you can't uninstall this. Now you can see and check here activity logs. Yeah. Generally, it gives you the that how many this plugins has been activated or not activated, or schedule or something like this. Okay, take time, and you can go here and see available for you. How many updates are available? How many installed are there? So these are total installed in my system as of now. As ServiceNow also updates their patches, so these applications also get updated. So generally we say if it is not working, try to be update or repair your plugin. जैसे अभी हमने देखा ना उसमें incident management में हमने देखा we need to be updated. So like if I go back here, ठीक, I'll go to the family release. कहाँ गया family? अरे अपडेट्स में देखें, अवेलेबल फॉर यू में देखते हैं, प्रोडक्ट्स में जाएगा राइट यहाँ पे. ठीक है. सो यू विल गेट प्रोसीड टू अपडेट. मतलब दैट सर्विस नाउ एनहांस समथिंग इन द बैकग्राउंड. इफ यू वांट टू यूज दैट यू कैन अपडेट्स के लिए नो चार्जेबल. प्लगइन्स कैन बी चार्जेबल फॉर अस. ठीक है. सो नाउ आई कैन टेक दिस एंड से ओके प्रोसीड कर दो भाई इसको अपडेट. अभी करना है, अभी करना है मुझे तो इंस्टॉल नाउ. So it will start updating here. So what you can do, you can go and in your PDIs, you can do this plugin activation. Generally, this work not done by us, but we should know that is this available in the form of the plugin or not in ServiceNow. और ये आपको experience से ही आएगा. किसी किताब में लिखा नहीं है, but you have to be read it. You have to go to the documents. You have to search in the Google that I need this functionality. Is it available in ServiceNow? Then people say yes, it is available. You have to install that plugin kind of things, and then your work will be done. Question.
Sir, you told not to install plugins on production. Any specific?
No, not to install plugins production means if you are not sure that are you going to be use it or not. Ultimately, production में तो install करोगे ना. And we always install the plugin in the dev, test it, and then we go for the production.
कस्टमर की यूजर्स कोई में बेसिक डिटेल इंटर देंगे.
थोड़ा जोर से
क्वेश्चंस उसने लिख लिया है कि वो क्या है इतना स्किल से वो कोई टिकट के क्वेश्चंस फिल अप करेंगे, फिर वो एडिशन.
Any other question? Any other question, guys?
So just a random question. There is any useful plugin for the incident management module, and how we'll get to know that this plugin could be useful for this
totally
module?
Depend on your use case. If you ask me, we have an incident management. We have a major incident management as well. we have a plugin where you can do the risk assessment in change via the specific risk questions. We have a plugin where you can create the knowledge articles from the incident by activating some plugins there. So that is totally depend on your use case, that what you want to do. So like if you see on my instance and if you see on your instance, देखो, in my instance I have this thing, DevOps, DPR, IT remediation workspace, manager workspace. ये क्यों है? Because I activated different plugins in my instance to do my work. So I created a video on the digital product release. So I installed that plugin. I was checking something on the DevOps, so I activate that plugin. I was checking on CSM, FSM, I activate that plugin. So these totally depend on you. What is your use case? What you want to be achieve? There's a plugin available for the mass update of CI. If I show you for the change management. I'm looking something wrong. Yeah. Change management mass update CI. I am working in the change management. I want that whenever I raise a change, I want to update the CI status for all the CIs, which is link in this change. So I can use this plugin. And then, but before I install this plugin, I should know that how it's working. In the PDIs, we can install plugins, but not every plugin available in the PDI as well. Means it's a limited functionality available in PDI because plugins are very heavy in nature as well. ठीक है जी, clear?
Yes, sir. So if we are exporting or importing data from one PDI to another, so both PDI should have the same plugin as well?
Logically, yes.
Okay, if not, then it won't work.
Definitely no.
Okay.
If I gifted you the 3mm jack headphone, but in your phone you don't have any functionality to connect that, it will not work, right?
Right.
Same thing. Also, if you build anything in the dev by using a plugin, then in the test, first install that plugin and then move your data or the business logics. Not before that, otherwise it will fail.
Thank you.
ठीक है जी? चलो, good. Let me stop recording and take attendance now.